Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Lavinia and I post real skin beauty reviews, no filters, no editing, just my real skin. And not only that, I show you guys different lighting, how things wear throughout the whole day, because honestly, a makeup review is nothing without it. I also do a lot of travel vlogs, and today we are doing a full face of new makeup. I had this bin full and now everything is out on my vanity. We have the new Milk Hydro Tint, Natasha Denona Concealer, Anastasia Contour Sticks, new blushes, new eyeshadows, and a whole lot of new lip products to test out. We even tested out new skin prep and stuff. There's so much new out, which there always is, but I feel like the real deal is to see, okay, how will it actually look on my skin? How will it look on real, unfiltered skin? And how will it look in real life, not just in front of studio lights like this? So I wanted to do that all for you guys today to see what is worth it and what is not. So stick around to see the full application process, the wear test, the different lighting, and all of that, and see what is worth it and what is not. Before we get into that, make sure to go check out my podcast, Loud Talk with Lavi, where we break down the walls of beauty standards one flaw at a time every single week. And without further ado, let's get right on into this full face of makeup.
Tell me, baby, what's the problem? 'Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no.
Alright guys, we have so much new makeup to test out today. Look at this full bin right here, full face. Let's start off with the skin prep. A new sunscreen on the market. This is the Tower 28 SPF 30. It's the Save Our Skin Face Guard. It's a zinc oxide base. I'm always curious in trying a new zinc sunscreen, a mineral based sunscreen. I just have a toner on the skin right now. Ooh, I don't think this is supposed to be tinted. I think it just has this color to it. Probably just help with the white cast. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Alright, let's blend it out. Very smooth texture. I will say this feels very lightweight for a mineral sunscreen. Now I know that Tower 28 was claiming that this is supposed to be a universal sunscreen. In my opinion, no mineral sunscreen is going to be completely universal, but I'm liking the feel of this. Very smooth, and I feel like it is a nice base under makeup because it kind of blurred the skin a little bit. I really like the feel of this actually. This is definitely a formula I would reach for. That looks really nice on the skin. Alright, so first off we have to try out this Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I have the shade 1 and 2 here. Let's see. I've seen everyone rave about this online and I'm like, hey, but will it look good on my skin? This is what the packaging looks like. This is the shade 2. You'll know with my Razzlo journey, my makeup has just been kind of falling off of my face. So I'm curious if this will actually last all day and give that nice skin tint look. Oh, it's coming out everywhere. Okay, I think shade 2 will actually look nice. I need to just put this on the skin because it's getting everywhere. I'm kind of a little tan. I'm getting a little tan. Okay, shade 1 would definitely be too light. I'll plop that in giveaway. And let's dive into the brush. This is the blending brush. I didn't put on the primer from Milk today because I really just want to see what the skin tint does on its own. So we just did skin prep today. Ooh, I like this brush. It holds really nice in the hand. All right, let's go ahead and swipe. Oh, this is so interesting. I can almost feel how it's a gripping skin tint. You know how some skin tints, you blend them out and they are really liquidy? Look, it has a bit of a pull to it. Wow. Okay, it's giving that light coverage right away, but taking down the redness in my skin for sure. It's actually a perfect match to my neck. My chest and shoulders are just a bit more tan. It's going up with a bit more up here. Guys, if this lasts all day on the skin, it might be the product for the summer, but let's see. Okay, the sunscreen that we tried out underneath is not pilling, which is a great sign. The product does smooth out, but instead of pulling it, I feel like the dabbing motion works better with this type of product since it has that grip to it for sure. All right, this is one layer applied. What do we think? It's definitely looking really light on the skin. Glowy, but not emphasizing my texture too much either. Claims to be a long wear gel skin tint with hydrating hyaluronic acid with gripping blue agave extract for breathable light coverage with a natural dewy finish. So it's supposed to give light coverage. It definitely is giving that. I really like how it's sitting on the skin. I just want to see if I can slightly build up the coverage just to see if it's buildable. Okay, I wouldn't really say there's a point in putting more product on because coverage wise it's kind of going to give the same look, but this is sitting really pretty on the skin. Back camera, no filter. Okay, and it's not playing to the dryness too much on my nose, which is usually one of my problem areas. All right, next up, the concealer. We have this new one from Natasha Denona. This is the High Glam Brightening and Hydrating Crease Proof Serum Concealer. We'll see about that. We have a lot of shades in that, and then we also have the color correcting shade. This is in the shade C1. It's supposed to be like a little bit peachy. Let me go right under the eye with this. Okay, yeah, it has a little bit of that orangeness to it, so this would help with any blue or purple under the eye. Just gonna take the same brush and pat that right in that corner, just where I have a little bit more of that darkness. Let's take it on the lid. Oh, I like this actually. Wow, that patted right out, and it's kind of like a color corrector and concealer all in one if you want just a little more of that peachy shade. But I want to see how this concealer works as a spot concealer. This is the shade YP3. Oh, that might even be a little bit light. We have the shade N4. Let's try this one out. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, this is like my perfect shade match. Look at that. I don't think I've ever had a concealer, like a spot concealer, match me this perfect. So we're gonna spot conceal with this. See what the coverage is giving. Okay, it's giving like medium but hydrated. I really like how it's sitting on the skin. Layering nicely. Oh yeah, that covered that scar I had over here right up. Like, you can still see it through the skin a little bit. It's still kind of giving natural skin glow. Or you could kind of use this more naturally or more for full glam. I want to do a little bit of brightening action, so I'm taking the shade Y1. We're gonna go right under the eye here just to brighten. Tap out. Sometimes concealers like to cake up on me in this area. Oh my gosh, that is looking so creamy. That's the best way I can describe this formula and this texture. I'm gonna go back in with the corrector on this side. I actually really liked that peach. Tap it out and take this shade onto the lid as well. There hasn't been a high-end concealer that I've really like fell in love with in a minute. Now going in with that brightening shade. But this is looking so nice under the eyes. I really hope this wears well. I have really high hopes for this, but obviously we're gonna have to see how it wears. But that is just looking so smooth on the skin right now. All right, let's move on. We have new cream contours in the house. These looked really intriguing to me, and I haven't really heard many people talk about it. They're their half-tone smooth blur contour sticks, and I wanted to see how they looked on my acne prone and textured skin, as well as like since I'm a little more fair. This one is in the shade half-tone, and it looks like the perfect cool tone contour shade. Let's apply it to the back of the hand. It's definitely very gray and creamy, which sometimes contours still lean a little bit orange, especially on like my more fair skin. Let's go ahead and apply straight to the face. Okay, it's not lifting the product underneath, which is really good. Very creamy. Let's contour this jaw. The packaging of these is like absolutely beautiful. I did get them sent to me. They came in this like absolutely beautiful bag, little magnetic bag, and look at this. It came with this cute little Anastasia mirror. So grateful for that, like insane. Okay, that kind of blended out into nothing. I understand it's a contour. Okay, let me take more of this on the back of my hand. Come with like an angled brush and really dip in here. Okay, I can kind of see it a bit more now. I really feel this like insane connection to Anastasia Beverly Hills, like the brand, because it was the first brand that I actually bought a high-end product from when I was like 15. It was my first like high-end palette, I'm pretty sure. Or like one of my first high-end palettes was from Anastasia, so that was really special for me. And then also the founder is Romanian, and I'm Romanian, so I'm like, it's like the family, you know? Okay, this is a very, very creamy formula, but it's kind of giving me more of that natural makeup, which I just don't feel like is the vibe from Anastasia. I mean, it's a beautiful contour shade. I love that it's not too cool and not too warm either. Let's try it at the bit of the shade deeper. This is in the shade Shadow. I'm also going to take it on the back of the hand. I don't know if they have more shades in between this, but from what I'm seeing here, that's like a pretty big jump. I'm just going to take some of it on the brush and chisel in that cheekbone. I mean, they really said contour because they are definitely more cool and they are blending nice and they don't look muddy on the face. I just was expecting a more high glam formula, but I guess maybe they're trying to lean more into the glowy natural glam that we're seeing a lot more of these days. Some to the nose. Okay, they are sitting nice on the skin. They're not emphasizing emphasizing my texture. They're not sitting heavy, they're not moving my makeup around, so I do like them for that. I feel like they just work better when you apply them to the back of the hand and then blend them out, just to kind of build up that product a bit more. But next we have some highlighters from Rare Beauty. I don't know if they re-released these, but I just got them in PR. Like, they sent over a full bag of them, so I was like, let's try them out in this video because it's been a minute since I have. This shade right here was really calling my name. It's in the shade Exhilarate. And apply some to the cheek. It has a little bit of gold to it. So pretty. We're really going for that glowy look today. So take a little brush. Oh, it's a Rare Beauty foundation brush. Okay, and tap that out. That actually does look really pretty, and it works on my fair skin. Sometimes when you turn with highlighters, they look gray, but that is just looking really beautiful on the skin. Subtle glow and not emphasizing my texture too much. We kind of left a liquid highlighter in like 2016, but one liquid highlighter that does not emphasize my textured skin will be Rare Beauty. This one is in the shade Exhilarate, and it's a nice warm tone highlighter that actually works well on fair skin and doesn't look too dark when you face forward. Look at that. I mean, anything that's shiny will show skin texture, but this doesn't emphasize it even more, which I really like. What do we think of these? Okay, it's time to set this beat down. I have a new pressed powder to try out today, not a loose powder, so let's just go in with my Laura Mercier just to stay consistent since I use this a lot. Pick up the powder with a powder puff, tap it into the palm of the hand like usual, and press down into the center of the face. I use this every day, so it'll be like nice and consistent. Oh, the blurring of this is just so good. All right, we have a new pressed powder to try out. This is from Givenchy. This is the Prism Libre 4-color pressed powder. There's a little brush in here, which who is using these brushes? I mean, like, maybe to touch up, but I would rather like a powder puff, honestly. It's always the luxury makeup brands, and I'm like, why is this in here? This is what the powder looks like. We have blue, green, peach, and pink, so swirled together. This is supposed to like kind of help color correct. I think that's the idea. I want to use like a little fluffy brush. I actually have these new brushes from a Calgary own brand that are launching. This is from Tola Banks Beauty. I think there's a little powder brush in here. Yes. Is perfect. So let's swirl these colors all together. Go right under the eye. And that does look pretty blurring. I'm gonna go right over here. Yep, that definitely is setting down a little bit of that blurring powder, but it's not looking like dry or cakey on the skin. I like this. I think this would be really nice powder to touch up throughout the day. And I like this little brush because you can get nice and detailed with it. Blush is the first thing to go on my face. Like, I put blush on because I'm obsessed with it, and within 2 hours it's gone. But maybe Urban Decay just fixed that, because these are the new Face Bond Blush Suede powder blushes. We have 3 shades to try here. I've been like really into like these pink shades, but also like this. I'm really obsessed with the Face Bond collection, like the foundation and the luminizers. They all wear really well on my skin, and like they wear a long time. Oh my gosh, that is such a pretty shade. This is in the shade Back Talk. I'm gonna grab this bigger fluffy brush from Tola Banks, and let's dip into this shade. Okay, so I'm gonna swirl it in. Definitely pigmented. I don't wanna like go in with too much. That is a really, really pretty shade. I'm really buffing it out and taking it like up into the temple. That looks really smooth on the skin, which I like. It kind of sticks to where you apply it, so I kind of recommend taking it into the hand like this to get a softer application. And by that I mean, don't get the pigment, but just to kind of diffuse the formula so that it applies more evenly. I mean, blush blindness, who? Literally who? Not so much of a peachy blush girl, like, because they have this shade Fleshed Out, which looks really pretty, but I think today I want to go for more of a pink cool tone. But this shade looks really nice, Wholehearted. Just gonna dip a little bit into this because this looks bright, and just add it to the very top of the cheek. I mean, that is very, very pigmented. What do we think? I'm gonna take a bit more of the loose powder on the blush brush actually, and use that to diffuse it and blend with the blush like that. We have this new setting spray. This is a airy setting plus smoothing mist. So this says to shake well and apply over the entire face. Let's see. Fine mist. Okay, let's go on half the face. Let that dry down for a second. I like the mister on that. What do we think? What do we think? Okay, I feel like it kind of brought the makeup back to life a little bit without making it look too dewy, and kind of giving it a bit of a like more vibrant look. Let's just leave it applied to one half of the face so that we can really test the wear of the makeup to see if anything changed from one side to the other. All right, let's move on to the eyeshadow. I have some really fun eye products to test out today, so let's just do my eyeshadow, I think I'm gonna go old school and play around with this Milani Most Loved Mattes palette, kind of tie in a bit of the burgundy and pink into the eyes today. So setting a little bit of a pinky shade in the crease. We're kind of gonna blend the eyeshadow right in to this blush look. And then we're gonna take some of the deep browns with the burgundy and apply this on the outer corner of the eye and blend it into the crease. Alright, just added some eyeshadow for good base, and we got some new eyeshadow like toppers to try out. These are from Urban Decay. These are the 24/7 Glaze On Liquid Eyeshadows. I have 3 shades: Sugar Twist, Space Cowboy Intense, and Frost Boss. What should I use? Should I use Space Cowboy today since it's like the iconic shade? I have never seen more mixed reviews on a liquid eyeshadow before, and look at this applicator. It's so interesting. Okay, so my base is set. It's kind of like a brush. It's like a brush. Online I thought it was more of like a foam applicator, but it is a brush. So that's Space Cowboy Intense. I'm also curious about Sugar Twist. Let's swatch it. Oh, that is really, really pretty. These are like straight up glitter. They have a bit of that chunkiness to them. I kind of want to do this shade for this look today. So let's dip in and let's go right onto the lid. I'm kind of going to use the applicator to do like a half cut crease. And these are not supposed to crease on us. My friend tried this out who has like more hooded eyes, and I just feel like they didn't work the best for her, so they might just not be for everyone. It was really pretty. And then I'm gonna use my finger to tap it out and blend it in the middle. What do we think of that? Try it on the other side. I'm kind of confused because the brush doesn't go all the way in. Like, I feel like after a while it'd be hard to kind of use this to get all the product out. You know when you use a product once and it looks amazing, but then the second time you use it, it's not as intense? Fearing that would happen here. That does look really, really pretty on the eyes though. It's time to bring back some shine, guys. Like, we've kind of been so boring with eyeshadow lately. And this is an easy way to just like pop on some color. All right, let's get this eye look finished. I don't have a new mascara to try out today, so I'm just gonna curl the lashes and go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Exagger Eyes mascara on the top and bottom lashes. All right, the eyes are done. Let's get into the lip combo. I have some new lip liners from Rimmel. Now, I actually have all of the OG lip liners from Rimmel. Like, these are back from like 2015, 2016, and they had some of the best lip liner formulas back then, so I'm really curious to try out the new formula. Rimmel actually has some pretty good shades, like Cappuccino. This is like a perfect brown, cool tone shade from the drugstore. What you're gonna do is take it and go right underneath, like literally go right underneath the lip, okay? Don't be scared of this. And then you're gonna connect up and then shade in on your actual lip line. What we're doing here is underlining the bottom lip. Like, literally I'm going fully underneath my lip line, but this is going to look less obviously overlined compared to the top lip. And like I said, shade in. And since we're using a cool tone lip liner, it will provide that contour, making everything look a bit more plump. Then for the upper lip, I'm going to line like normal, not overline the cupid's bow. And a lot of you ask me why I don't go over top the cupid's bow, because I don't want the lips to look overlined. When you do that, they look overlined, which is fine. This is just the look I prefer. You can still pump up the top lip a little bit, but I don't go over that cupid's bow just to maintain more of that natural look. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect gray tone shade, especially from the drugstore, and this formula is so creamy but still lets you be precise with it. I love combining a bunch of lip liners together. This is what really does it. And I'm going to take the shade Brownie Pie, which is a bit deeper, and deepen up the outer corner. This will further give the illusion of volume and like a pout in the middle. And then grabbing the shade Nude and blending in the middle. And look at that. The lips look plump, contoured, but not too overlined. And all we used is some drugstore lip liners. The lips are now lined. Next up, we have this Maybelline Superstay Teddy Tint. I have heard so much controversy about this on like it not applying well to the lips, so let's see. It's supposed to have kind of a velvet feel, which it definitely has. Yeah, it feels velvety, which is not something I typically like in a lip product. Yeah, I don't know how I feel with this, and kind of clinging to the dryness on my lips. But let's add some hydration back. We have these new Makeup by Mario lip glosses. These are the super shine ones. We have lots of shades, like perfect for summer, but these two really caught my eye here in the shade Bear and Rustic Pink. I think I want to go with Bear today just to tie in the eyes. Let's do a swatch. Okay, they definitely have some color to them. They're not like completely transparent. I don't really like when glosses, there's a bunch of different shades and they all look essentially the same on the lips. I like when a gloss has some of that opacity to it. Oh, this smells like red velvet cake. Okay, high shine for sure. They don't have a taste to them though, which thank God. I hate when lip products have like very intense taste to them. That does look really pretty and plump on the lips, and as you can see now that we've added the gloss with the lip liner, everything looks really good. All right, let's do one more spray of the setting spray over on this side where we sprayed before to set that down. All right guys, so here is the finished makeup look. It's giving full glam, but the skin is looking really good. I'm really impressed with how everything is sitting, but of course we're gonna have to see how this looks in different lighting and the final wear test. So let's do the different lighting check. All right, and here is away from the ring light. We can see that texture pop up a bit more. Just remember the power of lighting, guys. It's pretty insane. Your makeup is only as good as the lighting in front of it. Here we have some bathroom lighting. I think this gives a really like realistic look of how the makeup is sitting on the skin, and some natural lighting as well. I'm going to go about my day. I have a lot of work to do today. I'm shooting for my brand, which is launching soon. Stay tuned, and I will check in with you guys at the end of the day. All right guys, so it is the end of the day. It is time to do our final update. I've been wearing this makeup now for like 12 hours. So let's take a look at how it's sitting on the skin. We are looking a little bit shiny. I will say I did touch up with the Givenchy powder a couple times today, just because I was getting pretty shiny. I've been packing all day, so was getting to work. First off, what I'm noticing, the eyes. The eyeshadow actually stayed on perfectly. It lasted really well, and it's not creasing on me, which is amazing. I do kind of stand by the fact that if you have more hooded eyes, I don't think these eyeshadows would necessarily work for you, just from what I've seen like certain friends of mine try these out. But for me, like this half cut crease, still looking pretty good. A little bit of creasing right here, but the eyeshadow is still looking really strong. The skin tint, I'm really impressed that this didn't fade really too much in color. I would say the coverage is still there, kind of how it was earlier in the day. We did get shiny though. It's definitely supposed to be, you know, a hydra tint, so I understand that it's not a matte look. I'm definitely a little shiny. This powder from Givenchy I do like. I think it's a nice smooth formula. Like, watch this here, and it kind of resets the skin nicely. But what I don't love about it is the fact that it doesn't keep my skin matte for very long. Like, I'll touch it up and then it kind of goes back to oily. So I think this powder would be nice for someone with like really dry skin that's not looking for too much of like oil touch up. The concealer though, 10 out of 10. Look at the under eyes, guys. There is basically no creasing. Let me pull you in. Like, look at that under eye. Basically no creasing with this, and the places I kind of spotted with it are still looking pretty good. We have a pimple that appeared in the middle of the day that has no concealer on it because it just popped up, but I love this concealer and I'm definitely going to be using it more. I packed it with me for my trip. The blushes, very impressed by. 12 hours of wear and they're looking just as bright as basically when we applied them, these Urban Decay ones. The contour did fade a little bit, I would say, and as I mentioned, I think these are more of that natural contour, less like full glam. I do see a little bit of difference with the setting spray. I will say that I feel like this side of the face is looking a little more intact than this side over here. What do we think? I liked the mister on it. Do I think it like completely changed my makeup? No, but I do feel like the makeup is sitting a little bit better on the skin on this side where we applied it. Lip products, loved the Rimmel lip liners. So happy to like have rediscovered these because I used to love them back in the day. They were actually one of my first viral videos on YouTube, so that was kind of a nice like full circle moment. Liked these lip glosses from Makeup by Mario. They lasted a pretty long time. And this lip tint from Maybelline, I'm gonna have to try this again on its own. I'm not fully convinced by this. I feel like it was looking a little patchy on me. The sunscreen from Tower 28, I did like this. Love the texture and everything like that. I don't agree that it's a universal mineral sunscreen. That does not exist. You can't have a mineral sunscreen, at least yet, that has no white cast. That's just kind of impossible. So don't think it's universal. I think that just claim isn't true, but the rest of it I like in the formula. And these highlighters were just a nice glow to the skin. I think that's everything that we tried out today. I have to take this makeup off, guys. I've had it on for way too long, but let me know what you think of this look and all of the products. Let me know what you're maybe eyeing up and what you're gonna say no to in these new launches. Remember, try yourself something loved by your skin today. Check out my podcast, Loud Talk with Lavi, where we break down the world's beauty standards one flaw at a time. I love you guys so much. Go check out my brand, 9 to 5 Skin, where we keep real skin, real results always. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Tell me, baby, what's the problem? 'Cause Cause I keep trying to